Hey guys, how's it going? PoppinJoker0207 here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a gaming computer. Not only am I going to be doing that, but I'm going to be telling you what you need and how it all works together. So first up, you're probably going to want to start with a case. Now, this is pretty much what your computer is going to be inside, but before you look for a case, you might want to find the other components. So first up, you're really going to want to find yourself a motherboard. There will be a picture of a motherboard on the screen right now for you guys. This is one that I'm going to be installing in my computer whenever I get a chance. But you can pretty much use any motherboard on the market, depending on your price range. Each motherboard is different, so you may want to read all the info about your motherboard. Make sure your other components fit that I'm about to tell you. Next up, to go on your motherboard, you're going to want a CPU. Now, a CPU is like the heart of the computer. The motherboard is pretty much your brain, and the CPU is pretty much your heart. So, the computer would not run without the CPU. But, you know, that's besides the point. I'm not doing analogies here. Anyway, your CPU goes on your motherboard. There should be a picture of every single item on the screen whenever I say it. So, yeah, there will be links in the description to my part list for my PC. Next up, you're going to want your RAM. Now, RAM pretty much is, it's pretty simple. It's memory, so while you're doing something, your RAM is used, the memory is used. And the more RAM, the better, but you don't need a whole lot of RAM to actually have a gaming computer. Most computers have 4 gigs of RAM pre-installed, but 8 gigs is slightly more expensive, except you will have a little bit more space to roam around. Next up, you're going to want your video card. Now, you don't have to have a video card as long as your CPU or your motherboard comes along with integrated graphic card, but a graphics card is pretty much what makes your computer look nice. So as you're playing a game, your video card pretty much does all the work, processing the video for you, the frame rates, and all that kind of stuff. Now next up, you're going to want a power supply to power that whole beast you got there. It really doesn't matter what size power supply you get, as long as it's really well rated and as long as it will work for your computer. I really recommend designing a computer on PCPartPicker.com because it really helps. It'll tell you whether your computer will work or whether it won't work depending on the parts that you picked out. Next up, you're going to need a hard drive and an SSD. Now, you don't have to have an SSD, which is a solid-state drive, but you do need a hard drive for storage. It's pretty much the same as a flash drive or your internal phone memory, except it's like times 10 to 50. So most computers will need about a terabyte or more, but you can settle for about 500 gigabytes, and you will be just fine. Next up, almost last, you're going to want your case. Now, the cool thing about PC Part Picker, like I was saying, is that it'll tell you what's wrong with it or what's not wrong with it. So if you need to find all your other components before you find a case, because if you find a case that you really love, your components might not fit in there. So I recommend just finding your parts before the case so you can make sure that your case doesn't have any alters or nothing, or the motherboard won't fit. Next up, if you want to get really creative, you can put some LEDs in there. I recommend buying them off Amazon or eBay. They are not necessary though, but they do look pretty darn cool. So yeah guys, that's all you're going to need to build yourself a gaming computer. There will be guides on the internet to help you figure out how to install your your components, and I will make a video of that whenever I get all my PC parts. I'll show you guys what I'm going to be doing to my PC and all that kind of stuff in the future. So make sure you leave a like on this video if I helped you out any, and make sure you subscribe if you are new. Sure do. Would hate if you missed any of my new videos, and I love having you here. You personally Thank you for coming along. Tell me in the comments if you watched this video all the way through, and I will respond to your comment. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace out.